Hey everyone, it's Claire Kogan here from Creating Calm, coming live from her car, obviously not driving, just sitting on the roadside with the engine turned off. So I just wanted to reflect a little bit about a blog post I read the other day about social engineering. And it was a really interesting blog post because it was in relation to children and young people and the difficulty they're having with making friendships, like organic friendships, and how children are struggling more and more to actually connect with each other in real life rather than online. And what this blog post was saying was that we as parents and as a generation and as a culture have a tendency to socially engineer our children. And what that means is we become part of a group of friends. We grow our friends through having our children and our friendship groups, and then their children become our children's friends. And rather than kind of letting that organically ebb and flow depending on, personalities and as they grow up and develop and change, we engineer those friendships so that they're spending a lot of their time with those children, and they're not friendships that they've made organically. So what happens is these children have sort of ready-made friends, which in the early days is great. It teaches a lot about socialization, a lot about how to share, how to play, how to kind of resolve disputes. But actually, as children grow up, they need to be allowed to find their own friends. And very often I observe this sort of almost protectiveness where, they're your friends, aren't they? So you'll be okay because you've got a group of friends that you've pretty much kind of created for them. And, what happens when they go to secondary school is all of a sudden it's all mixed up. Kids that they've been spending all their time with outside of school and even in school might no longer be at the same school, or they might not be in the same class. And we can't engineer that. We shouldn't be controlling that for our children. Our children need to develop life skills, and they need to develop the ability to go into a situation not knowing anyone and being able to make friendships and connect with people that feels okay for them. Much like we'll go into a situation and we have learned how to become friends with somebody, to meet somebody and to connect with them in whatever way, shape or form. We need to stop overprotecting our children by not letting them actually be friends with somebody else, or not even not letting them, just kind of keeping them in that environment where they don't know that actually they can go beyond that particular group and they can go and be friends with somebody else. And this is a general musing based on this blog post, but it makes a huge amount of sense to me because it's really scary for a child to not have had that opportunity to be in a space where they don't know anybody and to have the real upbeat sort of opportunity to, oh mum, I met this person today and they're really cool and we got on really well and we like the same things, and that's their friendship. They've done that, and you're giving them tools for life. You're giving them the opportunity to actually learn the value of making new friends. And when we then go back into when they're adults and they go into situations where they don't know anybody, you've already given them a skill set, you've given them that opportunity. And it sometimes does feel scary that we're allowing them to go out into the big wide world and not have a friend to be there too. But in a way that teaches them how to look after people that might be on their own too. So if they're in a group of friends and somebody's there who doesn't know anyone, they have a bit of empathy there. They understand what that feels like. So yeah, just my musings. That was a really interesting article, and I think it's something we can all sort of take something from. Speak to you soon.